In this part, we are going to see the Quit India movement. Let's first understand what was happening in our country during that time. The World War had caused rise in prices and shortage of supply of basic commodities. The Allied forces were facing reverses in Southeast Asia and Burma. There was an imminent danger of Japanese occupation of India. Congress leaders felt that if the Britishers left India, then Japan would not attack India. So the Quit India resolution was passed by the All India Congress Committee on August 8, 1942. It also came to be known as the August Revolution. Aging Mahatma Gandhi, who was himself becoming restless now, gave the slogan of "Do or Die." The British government had already passed the Revolutionary Movements Ordinance in 1940 in anticipation of a mass struggle. The day after the Quit India resolution was passed, the government responded by arresting the leaders and banning the Congress organization. Gandhi was kept at the Aga Khan Palace in Pune. With leaders in jail, people had no clear course of action, so the angry people responded with a spontaneous and violent struggle. In the cities, there were hartals, public demonstrations, disobedience of laws, and clashes with the police. The government banned newspapers like the National Herald and Harijan, so people resorted to distribution of illegal news sheets. Students in schools and colleges went on strike. National flags were hoisted at various places. Railway tracks were removed, bridges were blown up, telephone and telegraph wires were disconnected. In rural areas, peasants gathered in large numbers and attacked all government infrastructures. Britishers were also physically attacked at some places. By the end of 1942, 60,000 people were arrested, 26,000 people were convicted, and 18,000 people were detained under the Defence of India rules. Even though a martial law was not officially proclaimed, police and the army came down heavily to suppress the revolt. Within 6 months, the government was successful in substantially suppressing the revolt. But leaders of Socialist Party like Ram Manohar Lohia, Jai Prakash Narayan, Aruna Asaf Ali started building underground networks of revolutionaries. The underground networks worked to give guidance and directions to the mass struggle. Even members of Gandhian ashrams and other revolutionaries took part in the underground movement. The Quit India movement saw emergence of parallel governments at various places. The first one was in Ballia in eastern UP in August 1942 under the leadership of Chittu Pandey. It succeeded in forcing the collector to hand over the power and release the arrested Congress leaders. The Jatiya Sarkar came into being in Tamluk in Midnapore district of Bengal. In Satara, Maharashtra, Nana Patil led the Prati Sarkar from mid-1943 till 1945. People's courts were set up, prohibition was enforced, and Gandhian marriages were promoted. An important point to note here is that the movement did not see communal clashes. Even Muslim League members gave shelter to underground workers. The Communist Party of India did not endorse the Quit India movement, as they felt that we must not weaken the Allied forces when they were fighting a war against the fascists. But despite the official stand, many communist members participated in the movement. The most distinguishing aspect of Quit India movement from other previous movements was its emphasis on independence as the end goal. The Muslim League feared that if the Britishers left India due to Quit India movement, then India will fall under the Congress hands. So the Muslim League gave the slogan, "Divide and Quit." Jinnah declared that Muslim League's demand is for a separate nation and a united India was not acceptable to them. In the next part, we shall see the contribution of the Indian National Army under Subhash Chandra Bose.